Hi guys, welcome to your reading. This is a collective reading for everybody watching. This reading is going to be kind of different because I'm going to explain some cards first before I do some reading. So the topic that we are dealing with in this series is recalibration. Recalibration just means going back, setting things right this time around, retuning, refining the processes. Usually when things don't go right, I am always upset, and I try to figure out what's going on. But then watching tarot and reading tarot, I've found some little tips, so I'd like to share them with you. So this season I've grouped it into like 4 different parts. The first part, and the lessons are majorly from the Major Arcana or Major Secrets from the first part of the tarot deck. So I've grouped them, I've selected some cards and I have grouped them into like different themes. So let's get into it. So the first set of cards are just like explaining, are going to give you more insights into why things possibly didn't work out. The second set of cards are some hard truths that you're going to have to come to terms with. The third set of cards deal with sources or ways that you can get help with your recalibration, and the last set of cards are just encouragements, things that can remind you and reboost your self-esteem, improve your mental health, and just for empowerment. So let's start with the first card, the Tower. The lesson from the Tower in the Major Arcana has to do with stability. Most of the time things fail because we might have cut corners right at the beginning. Sometimes we are such in a hurry or in a haste to execute things that we cut corners, we overlook a lot of things, and the little cracks start to show. So in my deck, I've represented the Querent, which is yourself. Instead of focusing on the crumbling tower, I show a stance of empowerment where you are able to sit back and look at all the ruins. Yes, it's crumbling, but the sun is still going to shine. So I can't remember where I saw it, but there's something about when you have the person with the vantage point has the best view. So yeah, you actually have to face your disappointments and face your fears and actually honestly, truthfully acknowledge where you might have gone wrong, the little things that you overlooked, the corners that you cut. And now, so when you're rebuilding, you're starting from experience. So instead of focusing on the tower falling, it's time to go through the rubble, find out and admit, what did you do wrong? How can you do better? Yeah, because it's recalibration, isn't it? Okay. So the Tower talks about like sudden change, usually life-altering change, where life as you know it doesn't exist anymore. In medieval times, towers are usually built, like watchtowers were built close to the perimeter, actually at the perimeter of like great kingdoms, where the warriors and the defenders could look out and see where enemies were coming. Just they had the vantage point, they knew what was going on. But then imagine if that tower crumbles, then they are moving blind. So the tower is actually very, very important. Tower usually comes up when there's something really so important in your life that you've been working on for a very, very long time. Something that you actually do believe you have a lot of insight about. You've put in a lot of effort into it, something you truly strongly believe in, but the issue is you try to cut corners, you build foundations on shaky ground. So when it comes to relationships, the tower might be a great discovery that most likely would end up being like a deal breaker for you. So if you were desperate, or when you got into a relationship, or you're maintaining a relationship where you don't feel empowered, when the tower comes up, that's like the snap point where you actually do realize this is not going to work, and no matter how much you put into it, it's actually going to keep on failing. So it's just really looking to see your house of cards falling down. You're upset, quite alright, yes, but you actually have to apply more logic than emotion into this, so that you could actually recalibrate. You can actually recalibrate. So when it comes to like your spirituality, usually this spiritually has to do with shaking off your foundations, but then there's a potential to build for spiritual growth and redefinition of your power. In your career, when the tower comes up, you might expect dramatic shifts that might make you have to change, that might affect your stability when you're not prepared. Nobody actually really does prepare for the tower. We might actually anticipate it, but it's going to happen. The tower crumbles when it's meant to crumble. So I've got a few questions that you should ask yourself. Number one, I have them written down, so I'm looking that way, because I haven't yet finished the deck with the questions from the queue. So let's just get back to my notes. Okay, so questions like, what structures in my life are crumbling because they no longer serve my growth? Another question you could ask yourself is, where am I resisting necessary change out of fear or comfort? Third question, what hidden truth is being revealed to me to set me free? The fourth one, how can I trust that this breakdown is making space for a stronger rebuild? So let's do a general reading with the tower in focus for this part. I have 4 or 5 cards for this set. So let's go with the first one. The next part of this video is going to be the next card that I've curated for this reading. Okay, so let me put these back in here and shuffle to redistribute. We are trying to clarify the tower. Okay, so let's see. So let's see. I'm going to shuffle for a bit, and then I'm going to do a sound bath so that we are all ready and are all present for the messages. Remember, these are general readings. They're not just going to resonate with everybody. If you'd like a personal reading, look for me on all socials. Ask the Q for Tarot, which is the same name as the channel, and DM me there. I will send you the booking links. I am available to read in Abuja, Nigeria. The Q for Tarot is located in Jahi, and I read online as well. Okay, so cards are ready to fly out, and I haven't done the sound yet, so let's get into that. So let's see. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, and let's get the messages and life lessons from Tarot. Okay, so the Chariot in reverse, the Warrior of Batons in reverse, the Ace of Blades in reverse. Okay, if this is your story, the reason why the Tower is coming up It's because things are not moving as fast as you want them to. Normally, when the Chariot is upright, it talks about everybody understanding the assignments, everybody working in sync, you not having to micromanage, because everybody that you are involved with is dedicated and understands and appreciates the assignment and is moving forward. But that's not happening. So there's a delay. Things are not happening the way you want them to go, because no matter how fast you want to move, there's no synergy with who you're partnering with. That's why there's a delay. We've got the Warrior of Batons, and that came up in reverse as well. When the Warrior of Baton comes up, the Warrior of Baton is actually very impulsive. Might be reckless. It's very impulsive. Might be reckless, but very energetic. But that came up in reverse. So it does seem that the people that you have partnered with don't understand the assignment, don't have the energy or the drive of the vim for this. And with the Ace of Swords, Ace of Blades in reverse, they're hiding something. There's some truth that you don't know. So you are really advised to go back to the drawing table, scrutinize who you are partnering with, or who is partnering with you. Do you understand the assignment? Do they understand the assignment? Do they have the energy? Do you have the energy? Are you actually motivated? Were you motivated to do this? Did you just half-ass it down, like, yeah, whatever, I have a team I can fall back on, I'm just going to be lazy, they can pull the weight, I'm just going to slide into this group work and then get my name written and get my grade at the end, and yeah, and that's hidden, you don't have clarity. So when the Ace of Blades comes up in reverse, that might actually be, it might be unknown truths, or it might actually be downright lies. Now, if it was the moon that came out, I would say, okay, well, you just don't know about it. But that actually does seem to be clear deception, either in your part or in their part. So whoever was involved with this did not understand the assignments, did not have the energy or drive or desire to execute this properly, and they were actually reckless, and they're hiding something. Okay, so let's get 3 cards to clarify the Chariot. We also get 3 cards to clarify the Warrior of Batons, also known as the Knight of Wands, and 3 cards to clarify the Ace of Blades, also known as the Ace of Swords. Wheel of Fortune upright, 8 of Vessels in reverse. That's spun. I'm gonna put it back. If it's meant to come out, it come out again. I don't want to crack my head to figure out the right way to read it. It literally is spun. Warrior of Coins upright. Okay, this is where the disparity. So now you have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune advises you to learn to grab opportunities, to take things as they come, to appreciate the stage you are in life, because the wheel always spins. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. It's important for you to recognize and realize where you are, so that you make the most of it, so you grab the opportunities available to you. If it's a situation of abundance, you are encouraged to be present, enjoy it, and do things to make your abundance last longer. But if it's a time of lack, you are encouraged to wait for the wheel to spin again and learn the lesson, so that you don't find yourself in that situation anymore. That's what the Wheel of Fortune is saying. The 8 of Vessels, or the 8 of Cups, talks about abandonment, talks about detachment, talks about walking away from things that no longer serve you. That came up upright. And then that came up in reverse. I'll reach as upright. And then we've got the Warrior of Coins, also known as the Knight of Pentacles. You got that upright. Okay. There's a conflict in the mindset of everybody, or all the parties involved in this. Some people are grabbing opportunities, some people are walking away, and some people are looking to invest. So it's really, you need to find out how invested everybody is, or really analyze or review or assess yourself and find out how invested have you been in this situation or the past situation, because this is already done. We're looking for ways to make sure this doesn't happen again. So you're advised to ask yourself, did you really look at the big picture of things? Did you face the reality of things and realize how you could maximize this opportunity? Did you walk away too fast? Or did you walk away too fast? Somebody walking away too fast? And what are you investing in? The Warrior of Coins is actually one of the slow warriors, one of the slow knights in tarot, because it's actually the Warrior of Coins actually knows the importance of the coin that they are carrying. So they are actually they move slowly because they know the impact, they know the value of what they are carrying. They take their time. They are custodians of coins. They are not as impulsive as the Warrior of Batons. Far from it. They're actually more level-headed, more logical, more business and abundance minded. So the reason why your chariots didn't move fast, or has not been moving fast, or will not move fast, is because you actually need to know, but people involved are not in sync. Some people are saying, okay, well, I'm going to see how I can make the most of this and this is going to work. Someone's like, do you know what, this doesn't serve me, I'm going to walk away, I'm dipping away slowly. And someone is like, there's progress here, but then you're not acting on it, so nobody really believes. There's no synergy in this mix. So now the Warrior of Batons, that's supposed to be energetic, moving fast, has the energy and the drive, that came up in reverse. Okay, so is this the same person like acting too slow? But then you're acting slow, but you didn't maximize your opportunities. What's going on? Okay, so let's get 3 cards to clarify. Let's get 3 cards to clarify the Warrior of Batons in reverse. So I renamed wands to batons because I just imagine, like, in a relay race, batons, that's the energy, that's the drive. So yeah, because I associate fire energy to more physical things, and it's actually more physical. So let's get into the Warrior of Batons. Why is the Adventurer in reverse? Why is the Warrior of Batons in reverse as a reason for why the Tower has fallen? Bearer of Blades upright, Foster of Blades upright, 10 of Batons in reverse. Oh God, you're tired. You're so tired. You're not moving forward. Because you feel you don't have enough information about it with the Bearer of Blades upright. You want information, you are thirsty for information, you desire information, but not a lot has been given to you because somebody probably does not consider you to be trusted with this kind of information. But then you're very vocal about it. You are a very expressive person, but you're not moving forward because you need to be forewarned is to be forearmed. You want this information, but you're not getting it, and you're trying to demand it, but then it's not forthcoming because you've got the 10 of Batons that came up in reverse. There's a lot of 10 of Batons has to do with exhaustion and wanting to give up. So there's a lot of pent-up energy. But you're not executing it because you just don't know how. You're actually vocal about how things are not working, but you don't have the information to spur you on, and you're actually getting tired about it. You're coming up to the point where you're like, you know what, I just want to give up. But even if you don't give up or not, the Tower has fallen, because what you have been waiting for with the Bearer of Blades upright is still in reverse. The most important thing, the deciding factor, the truth, the clarity that you need is coming up in reverse. Okay, so let's get 3 cards to clarify that. And then I'll do a quick recap and I'll give you some affirmations and we'll call it a day. Warrior of Blades in reverse, Majesty of Coins in reverse, Bearer of Buttons in reverse. Yeah. Whew. The truth eludes you. And then this lack of clarity is really affecting or really affected your self-esteem, because you have gone from wanting to speak your truth and being vocal about it, to not even wanting to be honest and fair and open anymore, and actually just closing up. Because the Warrior of Blades is the activist. We've got quite a lot of people involved here, but one thing is clear: there's different energy levels, there's different commitment levels, there's different vibes. You don't have the clarity with the Ace of Blades in reverse. Because of that, you're not speaking up, you don't want to act on this anymore. Majesty of Coins, you are pulling back your investments, or an investor has pulled back because they do not think, with the Bearer of Buttons in reverse, because they do not think you have the energy or the drive, or they want to invest in, or you think whoever you are involved with don't have the energy and drive. You know, sometimes no answer is an answer in itself. That's just what it looks like. You've searched and you've asked and you've prodded, you've been vocal about how you can handle the truth, or how you could handle the truth, but whoever you were partnering with was not on the same level with you as it is. So let's see. You've got three major arcanas in this whole reading, and I'm counting the Tower because the main one for it. Oh, let's go outside. So you've got two major arcanas. The two things in particular that you should pay attention to are the fact that things have not moved fast and didn't move fast, and that's why the Tower crumbled, because somebody didn't grab opportunities. And when it comes to deep down inside, what you feel like doing is you feel like walking away. You want to detach yourself from all this mental anguish, because try as you want to get information from these people are not forthcoming. When it comes to your energy levels and drives, yeah, you are not rushing fast to invest in this, because you are exhausted, and whoever it is, and you don't feel this is your story, whoever you're partnering with, it's not their story. You don't have the energy and drive for it. When it comes to energy, there's lethargy and giving up. Now, when it comes to clarity and when it comes to truth, there's truth eludes you. There is a mismatch when it comes to level of intellect and communication and understanding with the Bearer of Blades and the Foster of Blades. And Bearer of Blades, Foster of Blades, there's just no truth. There was a lot of lies. There's just, all the cards have to do with honesty, clarity, communication, intellect, thinking are all in reverse. So yeah, as much as, you know, sometimes people say communication can solve everything, but when there's no communication, there can't be comprehension. This person is not even opening up to dialogue, or these people are not opening up to even dialogue, and when they open up to speak up, they don't give you all the truth, so you don't feel you have all the information you need to make informed decisions. And when it comes to money, you're like, I'm going to watch my money and know how I'm going to move forward with this, because this particular situation, there's no investor here. It's not going to be me, it's not anybody else. Okay, so, well, that's a good way to start. It's the realization that the part that you had to play in this was not ensuring that everybody involved understood the assignment. When it comes to the Chariots, let's go back to this again. When it comes to the Chariots, if there's a procession like a horse-drawn carriage, you don't pair a derby horse with, I don't know, a pedestrian mainstream. If you don't pair pedigree with nonsense, there has to be biblically it talks about being equally yoked. When you are pairing, even if you are doing a three-legged race or you are getting in a horse and chariot, you have to pair people with similar temperaments, similar builds, similar disposition. You can't put a derby horse and a donkey or a mule. No, you can't put a lazy horse with one that is hyperactive. You have to get horses, teammates that are on the same energy level as you, as that you are on, and also understand the assignment. And even if they are not, they need to understand the assignment so they know when they are meant to pull back and let the people that have the energy and the drive move forward, because that's just what it seems. There's too many opposing ideologies, temperaments, personalities, and mindsets existing in here. So from the get-go, the teamwork, the structure was not even solid. This might be with one person or another person. This might be you wanting to go into something else, but then you were not fully prepared, so you were not able to pull your own worth and get stuff done. Let me see what else. What else can I get out of this for you? Okay, yeah. So the most important thing: make sure everybody understands the assignments next time. Make sure you are open to evolve and grab opportunities as they come. Make sure you're able to encourage yourself in times when things are not going the way you want, and don't just give up, but realize the lesson so that you can make sure you can make sure it doesn't happen again. You know when they say you have to understand the rules before you break them, so you have to understand the rules before you know how to navigate them in your own particular situation. And let me see what else. What other advice can I get out of this for you? That's the major thing. Everything else here is just talking about differences in opinion, personality, and all that. Okay, so let me see. So affirmations for you: I release what no longer serves my highest good. You actually have to let go of your dreams and be more realistic. You tried, you gave it your best. The tower is not just a minor flimsy decision, it's something that you've actually put a lot of investment into. But the issue was that you did not check the foundations and ensure the foundations before you moved forward. So an information for you is: I release what no longer serves my highest good. Okay, another affirmation is: I embrace change as a gateway to my liberation. That is it. You have to change the way you've been doing things because you are looking for a different outcome. So I embrace change as a gateway to my liberation. It's another affirmation that you can use. The third one: I trust the universe's destruction to clear my path for versus destruction. I trust the universe's destruction to clear my path for renewal. Yeah, with tower is crumbling, but look and realize that the sun is still going to shine. This opportunity to really observe how things crumble. You know, sometimes you have to just do some things for the plot, just to see how things end. Okay, so things are already crumbling, that's fine. Don't hide up in a hole and bury your head in the sand. It didn't work, it didn't work. We're talking about recalibration here. So just trust that this better sooner than later. You might think you've invested so much in this and you're so disappointed and you're so hurt that things are not going the way you want to go and you don't see any means of reviving or renewal. But that's okay. Take your time and honestly believe that this is happening for your highest good, and trust that when you learn this lesson, it's not going to come up again. So I trust the universe's destruction to clear my path for renewal. And the fourth one: I remain rooted in my truth, no matter how the world shakes around me. No matter how this upheaval has affected you, you need to really go back and trust that you're going to learn these lessons so that no matter what happens again, and that also ties into the wheel of fortune. You remain rooted in your truth no matter how the world changes, no matter how bad things seem right now. You're going to trust that the wheel is going to spin again, and when the wheel spins again, the lessons that you've learned, when the wheel spins and finds you, it's going to find you rebuilding. It's going to find that you've rebuilt and you've learned the lessons that caused the tower from got the tower the first time. So I remain rooted in my truth. No matter how the world shakes around, no matter how the world spins around me, I'm going to remain rooted in my truth, in the fact that I deserve it all. I want the best. I'm going to put my best to get the best. Okay, so closing message. Even when structures fall, even when systems fail, even when plans don't come to fruition, remember that your essence should remain unbroken. Remember that you are here for a reason. Remember that you always have an opportunity to rebuild. Where there is life, there is hope, and you have life. So you're going to make sure that your essence remains unbroken, and you're going to prepare to rise and rebuild with new wisdom. No matter how many times your tower falls, it's integral that you learn how to be a stabilizer, so when you are building again, you don't make those same mistakes. So I hope this really helps. If you want a personal reading, DM me on any social for Q for Tarot, and I'll set you up with that. Let me get back to a quick recap of the questions. For your own personal reflection, what structures in my life are crumbling because they no longer serve my growth? Where am I resisting necessary change out of fear or comfort? What hidden truth is being revealed to set me free? How can I trust that this breakdown is making space for a stronger rebuild? And affirmations to help you and to encourage you. I'm going to repeat them again. I release what no longer serves my highest goal. I embrace change as a gateway to my liberation. I trust the universe's destruction to clear my path for renewal. I remain rooted in my truth, no matter how the world shakes around me. So remember, when the tower comes up, don't be afraid, don't be scared. It's an opportunity for you to rebuild, and to rebuild with experience and better, solid, and stable foundations. So thank you for being here with me. If any of this helped or resonated, please like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and I'll see you in the next episode. We're going to be discussing another card for the Major Arcana that's going to help us in this recalibration journey. Welcome to July. Bye.